Now to another of the big stories we are following. $1 million bond for Luis Cruz Ramos is now $6 million. He's the guy shot by a state trooper 2 weeks ago while on the run. 27 First News reporter Jerry Ricciuti tells us the cost to prosecute Ramos will be growing as well.
Weeks after his shooting and arrest, Luis Cruz Ramos still needs a walker to get around as he hobbled into Common Pleas Court this morning. He's facing more than a dozen counts, including assault on police officers in connection with the chase that began the night of March 30th and continued well into the next day.
I'm going to ask you some questions regarding your qualifications to be an interpreter in this matter.
But before the hearing could begin, Magistrate Dom De Laurentiis had to certify Monica Benavides Lee of Akron could translate for Ramos, since he claims he can't understand much English.
And have you interpreted in criminal matters?
Yes.
Okay. About how many times do you think you've done those? 100?
Hundreds.
Okay.
Prosecutors say to ensure defendants receive accurate translations, interpreters now have to be certified by the Ohio Supreme Court. If none are available locally, they have to be hired from out of town at $50 to $60 an hour, plus mileage.
Whereas before, the court on its own could determine whether or not someone could qualify as an interpreter. Now it has to come from the Supreme Court.
After having bond set at $5 million, Ramos hobbled away, only to appear half an hour later in Youngstown Municipal Court on weapons charges filed after his arrest April 1st. By now, the defendant was in obvious pain, blood showing through the bandage under his jumpsuit. Using another interpreter from the Cleveland area, Ramos agreed to have this case sent to the grand jury.
Did you sign this waiver form?
Yep, see?
Yep, yes.
However, some are questioning Ramos's claimed English deficit. During the pursuit on the 31st, dispatchers indicated they had been able to talk with Ramos, trying to get him to pull over.
Units, be advised, I made contact with him on the phone. He said if he stops, it's on. Just be advised.
For now, though, the interpreter will stay on the case. In Youngstown, Jerry Ricciuti, WKBN 27 First News.